Hi, the Eucharist. Wow, I'm aware that this is a very delicate subject in the Catholic Church. Many believers don't know that Christ is really present in the bread. To be clear, I'm not a priest. As that great revolutionary figure of the church, Francois d'Assise, once said, "Oh, I'm not worthy to be one." It's not up to a religious person to talk about faith. It's a vital duty of a baptized person. So I am one. I'd like to share to you a little personal story. Even before I talk about the great mystery that is the Eucharist, I witnessed a Eucharistic celebration in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and to my great surprise, a young woman stood up in the crowd and spoke loudly to the whole assembly, the community. Fortunately, the priest let her speak. Wow, everyone wanted to cry. You couldn't see the human suffering in her face. It could never put into words what I saw. She told us that she had lost control of her life, that she had become an alcoholic, and that she found life so difficult. She didn't know why she kept on living. Imagine her asking us for permission to go and take communion, to receive the bread, the Eucharist. Oh la la, it was the last thing you could imagine. A silence you couldn't imagine. Fortunately and happily, the priest didn't go into a speech that would last forever and that no one would listen to. He said, come on, God's waiting for you. That was the end of it, because the Christian community, naturally, in our hearts, we all talk to God. I hope you've never been refused the bread, the Eucharist. For me, that would be the end of the world for your faith. What is the Eucharist for certain Christian churches? It's the meal that renews Christ's gesture at the Last Supper. It's the sacrament, which means the presence of God, that truly contains the body and blood of Christ under the guise of bread and wine. Incredible! Is it possible? First of all, I haven't invented nothing here. The word Eucharist means thanksgiving. It's the people giving thanks to the Father through His Son in the Spirit for the gift He gives us of His life. The Eucharist is the source and the summit of the whole Christian life. It is through the Eucharist that we are given life of God, the bread of the way. Receiving the bread of God invites us to share our bread with our brothers and sisters in humanity. The Eucharist structures the Christian life, punctuating it, breathing into life, the spiritual life. It is an actualization of the Passover, not a repetition or mere remembrance of it. The Eucharist, or Mass, is a reminder of the Last Supper, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. A final thought from John Chrysostom. born in Antioch, now Turkey, between year 344 and considered one of the fathers of the church. He says that when we united ourselves with Jesus Christ in this sacrament, this bread, we become one body and one flesh with Him. As you can see, I didn't invent nothing. My faith clearly tells me that nothing is impossible for God. We're all invited around this table, the table where a great mystery takes place, where everything is possible in this mysterious encounter. Who are we meeting? Good question, isn't it? Have a nice day.